What's happening, everybody, and welcome to In My City, where we interview extraordinary people making extraordinary moves in an extraordinary way. We have a very special guest on today. All I can do is shake my head, but listen, let me give him the proper introduction that is due. He is one of the most controversial personalities out there right now. He was a former teen gang leader back in the day who served a substantial amount of time. He got out, changed his life, and he has one hell of an opinion to tell y'all about how to do it and what not to do. And without further ado, let's welcome Mr. Charleston White to In My City.
How you doing, ma'am?
What's happening with you?
I'm doing well.
Good. It's good to see you.
Yes, ma'am.
Finally, good to meet you.
Yes, ma'am.
So let's, I want to show everybody a side that, this is probably going to be a little bit different from your normal interviews. I want to show everybody a different side to Mr. Charleston White, the side that they're not going to get what they're looking for today. You might give them a little bit, I'm pretty sure, because that's your personality.
The Carolina won't let me give them nothing else but Charleston. So yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. Take me back to a younger Charleston White.
Very charismatic. I was a outgoing kid, outspoken. Very compassionate. I was a caring kid. Yeah. I was real caring as a kid. But I was real mischievous on the flip side. So I was always in trouble. I was devious. And I was real curious. Yeah, I was a curious kid. So my curiosity got me into a lot of trouble. So I fell in the washing machine when I was 5 years old and broke everything from my waist down. So I was in a full body cast. In a full body cast like this from like 5 to like 7 with a stick in between my legs. So yeah, I learned how to walk in that body cast. So most people thought I was like this little miracle child because I was walking around in the body cast.
Yeah.
So two years after I got out the body cast, I ended up putting my eye out playing with a homemade slingshot. So I've been like the family's mascot. All the grown folks say I was accident prone. So I went from being the kid that always got hurt to labels play an important part in family roles, right?
Absolutely.
So in every dynamic of a family, there's a label. So you got the family mascot. You gonna have the enabler. I was the family mascot, right? So I was everybody's favorite. My aunts, my uncles. When we had family reunions, so I was always treated special. But they always said I was bad, right? But I wasn't bad. I was, ambitious children are always considered bad. Outspoken children are considered bad. But no child is born bad.
Thanks.
All behavior is learned and taught through either direct teachings or just observations from the environment. So I grew up in a very loving and nurtured environment. I just had uncles, who was young. My mom had me at 17. She had my brother at 15. So as we grow up with young parents, our parents aren't as responsible as they are as they age, right?
Absolutely.
So when they're young, they gonna have their boy cousins around. They gonna have their brother. So the children get exposed. I got exposed to all my mama's cousins, my Uncle Wayne. My granddaddy had a barbershop on the south side that had all the hustlers and players out there. So I got exposed to what I like to say the culture. Black. I'm the product of black culture. I was born in the 70s. I was born May 17, 1977. I was born during the black exploitation era. Most of the movies that I saw coming up was about pimps. Superfly, The Mac, Dolomite, Even my nickname, Charleston Blue, is termed after a pimp movie called Comeback Charleston Blue.
Yeah.
So the first half of my life, that's what I was exposed to. So that's the criminal elements of black culture, right? So I was birthed during that era, only for the 80s to come, and then here come crack. Well, my mother was never on crack, but my grandmother was, my aunts was. So by my mother trying to be the backbone of the family, she exposed us to that world. Grandmama coming over here, so we got to see what dope fiends look like.
Yeah.
My mom rescuing, my cousins from, CPS situation from, with my aunt. So we got to see, from the sidelines of what it looked like. Then here come gangster rap, and then here come, so when the crack came, the gangs came after crack. So then you got crack, then the gang era. So I'm a product of those elements of Black America, coming from the single parent home. But I come from a single parent mother who tried to instill good morals and good values into her children. But she had to go to work.
So with all that being said, even though you grew up in a loving home, you had all of those great values from your mom, and I understand that, you had elements around you that played a huge part in your upbringing.
Yeah.
What made you decide to turn to gang life at a young age?
A mother's love is not sufficient enough for a boy. People think mother's love is not sufficient. He have to have some type of male love, and it has to be consistent to even balance out the consistency of a mother's love. Without that balance, mothers ruin boys. You love on them too long, you ruin him. At some point, he has to go through some training or some discipline, some hard teachings. Man, I ain't never been spanked by a man. I ain't never had a hug from a man. I ain't never heard a man say, "I'm proud of you." It was all mama. Even though our uncles was around, they street guys. They teaching you the bullshit. And they young. So I ain't never seen a man come out my mother's bedroom, but she had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
So that aspect of just growing up with that missing piece of a male figure in your life, naturally, you seek out to fill that void away from your mother's home. The things that your mother tell you to do don't make sense amongst boys. When she fixing your coat as a little bitty boy and she giving you instructions on what to do to get back home, you don't, when you become an adolescent and the things that your mother say to you, if you go out there and do that with other boys, you go get treated like a punk. And if your mother try to make you tough enough to go out there and deal with the boys, she might create a killer. So when I look at most of my homeboys who really about their life and they'll really kill you, or they really have killed somebody, they mothers was the kind of mothers who groomed them for the streets. Some of the most gangsterous niggas come from hoe mamas, street mamas, gang. The mamas we call G mamas.
Yeah.
Or they come from very loving women. Both my brother and I caught murder cases when we was children. My brother been gone over 30 years for a murder he committed when he was 17. You would think we came from the streets, but we come from a loving mother, but we were just trying to overcompensate.
And this is a surprise to even me, and I'm sure it's a surprise to the audience, hearing you speak, that the things that you talk about, it would make one think that you came from a bad upbringing or a bad household.
I don't know what it's like to be hungry.
It's interesting to hear you say that. Another controversial topic is that single moms can raise sons on their own.
No, that's impossible. You can only show him how to be a good woman. Man, we had a homeboy. He used to sit down and pee. He never seen a man stand up and pee. Because your mother teach you to sit down and pee. That psychologically does something to a boy. Mm-hmm. Boys aren't supposed to sit down and pee. But what does mama do? She get you a pot and she train you to sit down to pee. Mm. When do you learn to stand up? When? It's a whole lot of little boys sitting down peeing. Mm. When do you learn to stand up? Because all behavior is taught. All behavior is learned. Okay, well, where do you learn to sit down? Watching mama. Why you think little boy, mama's supposed to close the door when he try to come watch her pee? Most women let her infant boy come in the room, watch her pee, watch her get dressed, and he take on those traits and characteristics from here. Mm-hmm. You can put that same baby with a wolf, and he'll behave like a wolf. So you figure by the time this kid get 9, 10 years old, he never sees a man stand up and pee. Mm. What do we learn?
Now, you talked about, I believe in one of a past interview where you said that because you didn't have the proper male guidance and what happened with you in the streets led you to go into prison, which then you believe made you into a better man. Do you still believe that right now today?
Yes, ma'am. Prison is the tool God used to strengthen and make all of us better men. Our mothers can't do it. She tried. That's why we all have to go to prison. That's why most of us who leave our single mother home have to go to prison and go meet some kind of man in prison. Say, now look out, little homie. Let me show you how to throw your right hand. Now look out. Let me show you how to block that punch. He didn't know that before he got to prison. All the things that our mother tell us to do does not help us to be better men. Mm. As a matter of fact, the things that our mothers try to raise us to be, she's raising us to be the kind of men she wouldn't even date. Mama, can I get your car keys? She'll give us her car keys all the way up until she's 30. But the man she dating, she won't. But she'll give it to her. And the man she dating sit up and say, boy, you let that boy do every goddamn thing. He can get your money. He lied to you. I lied to you, goddamn. I'm fucking you. Is he fucking you? You and your boy fucking? Motherfuckers start thinking a woman and her son fucking because she make him her man. And he be a weak motherfucking man. When he leave his mama, he be weak in a motherfucker at another woman's house trying to play man. Mm. That's why he run back to mama. That's why mama in his business and know what's going on between him and his girlfriend. That's why she want to know. She raising him to be this weak man that she wouldn't even date her motherfucking self. Man, my mama, man, I could get in trouble at school. And man, my mama come home. We already know mama tired at the end of the week, but boy, she done got paid. Man, we already know to come home from school on Friday, clean up mama room, wash whatever dishes in that motherfucking kitchen, make that house look pretty, and say, mama, can we go somewhere? Well, you think I learned how to play on women? Playing on mama, lying to mama. Mama, I didn't do it. The teacher lying. Where you think most men learn to be promiscuous from? They mama. They don't have them, don't even like their mama. That's why they go do women the way they do women.
You don't think that behavior can change?
Only God can change that. Mm. And most of us are operating without some type of spiritual moral compass. Mm. We rule by our feelings and our ideologies, our beliefs.
True.
That's why we're so divided as a race and as a nation, because we don't serve a one God. The Hebrews got a God, the Muslims got a God, the Christians got a God, the Buddhists got a God, the Pimps got a God, the Crips got a God, everybody got a God. Mm-hmm. And it's all ideologies.
After coming home, after serving time, you decided to change things up a little bit, change the way you've been doing things.
I wanted to go to prison, though. I grew up believing that going to prison was a part of being a man. And I want to be a superman. And in the black community, nobody is more of a superman than a guy who's been to prison. A high-value man does not even compare to a superman who's been to prison. Even now at times, as a 44-year-old, 45-year-old black man who feels somewhat successful, at times I feel like, man, I missed out on something by not going to prison. When I look at the pictures that Big Meech and them take in prison, and they post them on social media, and them niggas' skin be clear, their muscles be big, their body postures look strong, the group photo gives off this message of camaraderie. That's appealing. Yeah, it's very appealing. So as a kid, I watched Uncle Wayne go to prison. Uncle Joe went for killing somebody. Jeffrey went. Naki went. Uncle Boosie was so I watched all these black men go to prison in my family. So I grew up believing that was a part of manhood, because I have a young and impressionable mind, right? As most children do.
Right.
When I spent a night over my homeboy house, hey, where your dad at? Oh, he coming home from prison. Where your brother? Oh, he in jail. He ready to go to prison. Man, my uncle, he just came home from prison. And the uncle cool in a motherfucker. And when you look out into the community and you see the welcome home prison parties, shit, who wouldn't want one of them goddamn parties? So when my cousin Shae graduated from Sam Houston High School, her party wasn't like that prison party. So as kids, we sitting back saying, man, which party would you want to, man, fuck graduating. I want that welcome home prison party.
Nice.
Man, they just gave him $2,000. You see that? Golly. So as a kid, you trying to rationalize what has more value. And you watching not only in your family, in your community, these people be celebrated. Then when you cut on the television, you start seeing, express yourself. They in jail rapping. They in jail rapping with them chains on. So now this is being propagated and promoted through the culture. When I put my headphones on, I'm mad at mama. I'm listening to it in the headphones. Now it's solidified by words. Faith comes by hearing. I'm seeing it, now I'm hearing it. Not just in my family, at other people's houses, in the community. So gangsterism was propagated and promoted to black children. And we thought it wasn't no other way. If you want to be a man, then you got to kill somebody. And even now today, guys who come home from prison, if you've never been to prison, they'll say, man, you couldn't have made it on such and such yard. You ain't never been nowhere. Nigga, I walked the yard, some. So they'll make you feel less than a man because you haven't been. Yeah, so that's the battle between the black males. We in the barbershop talking with nigga, you ain't never been to prison, you couldn't have made it. But you niggas can't make it in life. We can't make it in prison. Y'all made it in prison, but obviously y'all can't make it in life. And so we're diminishing of you guys. So even our kids think, well, man, he's OG such and such. But man, OG can't think out here. He a hell of a nigga in there. Not only when OG come out here, he loses muscles, he loses waves. He only a hell of a nigga in prison. So prison have produced some of the best black men that American society has ever known under any institution. Slavery, school, church, prison. Ain't nobody done black people better than prison. They produce the best black men.
But it's forced.
Well, it's not forced. It's by choice.
Once you in prison, it's
No. You chose to break the law.
Absolutely.
It's by choice.
Absolutely.
We didn't force you to come here.
Absolutely.
Half the niggas in prison broke in. Half the niggas in prison broke in. They openly broke the law because they think it was no consequences to it. It's some niggas selling dope from their phone and posting it online. It's some nigga rapping about what they doing in real life and they really doing this in real life. No, they not forcing you to go to jail. I don't know no innocent man that I personally know is innocent in jail. Every nigga I know done something to go to jail.
Not like forcing you to go to jail, but like the behavior that you learn, because now you have,
my mother was saying
go
to school. My mother was saying go to school. My mother was teaching me good morals and good values. She didn't teach me to break the law. I chose to reject what my mother was teaching because the culture says this is a black man. there's no real positive male images in the black community for us to decipher from what's a good black man. The black man that our mothers are telling us to be don't even exist in her bed. Our mothers are telling us to be the kind of man she can't even attract into the house. So how can she guide me to be a man when she don't even have a man? She don't even know a man. Her daddy was fucked up. Her brother was fucked up. My daddy was fucked up. She had a baby by my sister. How can she tell me what kind of man to be? She ain't, mama, you ain't got a man. Or if the man you got, look what kind of man you got. Mama, how you gonna shape us boys to be this kind of man that don't even exist but nowhere in your head? That's what's happening to the black boy, trying to listen to his mama become a black man that don't even exist nowhere but in his mother's head. With these unrealistic expectations of a man.
Now, a lot of people, we know you as being very charismatic and very much opinionated on a lot of subjects.
Yes, ma'am.
Specifically, where you talk about hip hop and hip hop being demonic and pro-death, in which you talked about briefly just a moment ago when you talked about how music is, when you put the headphones on, this is what you hear, this is the lifestyle you're trying to lead. Like, how do you feel that people are, is it entertainment is what I'm asking you? Is this for entertainment?
Not anymore.
No.
If it was entertainment, the beef wouldn't be so personal with the results of death. If this was really entertainment, we wouldn't know about street beefs in the music. We wouldn't be smoking on dead people if this was really entertainment. Nah, this is these are now criminal organizations. Because most of the rappers are tied to some type of street gang that's involved in street violence where people are dying in between these rap groups. We think that the Fulton County Prosecutor's Office is getting it wrong. No, these are real criminal organizations. We just don't want to be honest enough as black people and say, man, we know these niggas rapping is really gang members, street niggas. Come on now. These are real, no, these are not rap groups. These are not, now they're signed to rap labels. These are criminal organizations that's being used as mind-controlling tools to do what it's doing to black people. And we've made this demonic force a god of our children because we won't rebuke it. Because we won't rebuke it. Because we won't rebuke it. No one will rebuke rap music. No one will rebuke rappers. We won't rebuke it. So how can God free us from it? These lyrics are more detrimental. They're more demonic than ever before. We ain't never seen black people say, I'm a demon. Nigga, what? Everybody would get away from that kind of black person.
Facts.
But these are our children professing this. And it says, what's in your, confess with your mouth and believe. So now they say, I'm on demon. So they confessing. And we won't rebuke it. We go take pictures in front of the murals. Our celebrities are idols to our children and even to many adults. If the Bible is true, we see what happens to an idol worshiping people. This is an idol worshiping generation.
I agree. Absolutely. So people are on the fence when it comes to your personality and what they see on social media and the things you talk about. I know everybody wants me to touch on certain subjects.
Go ahead.
I'm going to
give them what they want.
Let's, why are you messing with T.I.'s son?
'Cause he grown. I work on young men's murder cases at 19 years old. I work on young men murder cases at 14 years old. When I see an unruly kid that's not only disrespectful to his parents and is known to be disrespectful to his parents, and he disrespecting the other elders in the community. So think about this. They think I'm an old man, right? They think I'm in my 50s. So if they 18 and 19 years old and they saying they'll do this to me in my 50s, can you imagine what they doing to the 50-year-olds in their communities? They saying, man, we'll jump you. We go jump you when we come to Atlanta. Man, we come from an era, homie, we ain't finna jump on no old man. And we think he old. So these is 18, 19-year-old kids. I'm sorry, 18-year-old, 19-year-old young man who the white man to get him 99 years to. I know a 12-year-old kid who stabbed his next door neighbor 93 times. I know a 14-year-old kid who killed his mother and his father. I know another 13-year-old kid who got his best friend and went in his mom and daddy's room and stood over his mom and dad and shot both of them. So I don't play with kids who speaks violence and who speaks aggression and has a history of showing this. So when I was confronting his son, I was responding to them making threats to me. I confronted their fathers, Lil Boosie and T.I. In defense of Kanye West, because Boosie said he would slap Kanye West for wearing the White Lives Matter shirt. And I'm saying, come on, homie, why would y'all bully this man? This man got biracial children. He got white kids. Why wouldn't he let his kids know they life, the part of them that's in them, they mama side matter too? So for black rappers to attack them and then Boosie, I'm saying, Boosie, you got a 15-year-old kid that was a hitman. That kid, Marlo Mike, killed 9 black people for Lil Boosie. And he paid him $2,500 per death. How in the fuck you go fix your mouth, nigga? Say what you would do to Kanye West. And nigga, you been killing niggas. Lil Marlo Mike in the back itching for a body. You put that in your song, my nigga. Bragging about how this little boy killed people for you. But we clap for Boosie. We clap for Boosie. This kid was suffering and battling with a mental health illness. He saw somebody get murdered when he was 6, 7 years old. You think he ain't gonna kill? So he grew up to kill for Boosie. Tattooed on his chest. Who next, Boosie? He can't take no more. Them demons eating him up. He make a confession. He got to get this out. So guess what they do? Man, they go, man, he take it back. But he wasn't lying. So you say you go slap a man who ain't never promoted death or killing to us. Kanye West ain't never promoted death or killing to us. Never. So y'all go turn against this brother. So I spoke up on Kanye West's behalf addressing Boosie. And so I said, Boosie, your son and T.I. son just got arrested. Y'all talk this Black Lives Matter shit, nigga, but you killed niggas. So your children, Boosie and T.I., y'all son will more likely be shot by the police than Kanye West half white kids. So that's where that came from. So then I started saying, well, they look ugly. So that's where I was addressing the fathers and spoke on the sons. The sons came out and spoke on behalf of the fathers, which I can't get mad at these little boys. But now, a disrespectful kid, I shoot him too. I catch your kid down off in the neighborhood fucking around something, and I'm trying to do something, I say, man, y'all chill. And the police will shoot him. They'll shoot a kid with a gun. And these are the kids with guns. So when I saw T.I. addressing his son online, man, I'm 45 years old. I used to smoke cigarettes. My mama ain't never seen me put a cigarette up to my mouth, let alone a blunt. My mama don't watch none of my videos or none of that. If I knew my mama watched my videos, I wouldn't even talk like this. So I watched him go into the room with his son while his son rolled a blunt and say, call him bruh. Well, that kid already been disrespectful to T.I. and his mama and them long before he got on there with me. So I'm the old nigga in the neighborhood. Yeah, I check your son. And if he go get his daddy, nigga, we'll fight behind me trying to stand for what's right.
So why do you think people get so pissed off at the things that you say? You think it's because you're a black man and they believe that you've lived that lifestyle before and you should be on their side, or you think that they're just pissed off because you're telling the truth and they don't want to hear it?
That's it. That's it. If I was lying, I could be easily dismissed. Just like that. My videos wouldn't trend anymore. If I was telling any lies, there's no way I could have this traction. The truth hurts.
But you got a way of telling the truth now. You ain't just sitting up there. Oh, you got an exciting way of telling the truth now.
I tell it without sugarcoat. Most people sugarcoat the truth.
Facts.
Most people tell the truth where people it appeases people. And I ain't trying to appease nobody. My mother whispered in my ear one time and said, "Boy, just tell the truth. God don't care nothing about nobody's feelings, and neither do the truth. The truth and God don't care about people's feelings."
Do you fear for your safety because you're telling the truth about
Though
so
I
many
walk
things?
through the valley of the shadow of
I know
death,
that's right.
I shall fear no evil. I'm speaking against evil. What is there to be afraid of?
Say less. Facts. Black Lives Matter, you touched on that. What are your feelings when it comes to Black Lives Matter?
Black lives don't matter. You lying, motherfucker lying to me if they think they do. Prove it. The organization Black Lives Matter, as a black man, I'm not following 3 gay lesbian women nowhere. I'm not joining no organization that's headed by 3 gay lesbian women for the black cause. The Black Lives Matter cause is more for gay rights than it is for black rights. That organization have known and been proven to be a scam. It's taken more money, half the money that it's taken and haven't came back to black people between Sean King, Lee Merritt, Benjamin Crump. They've been scamming us, man, in the name of Black Lives Matter. We're gonna lose our God, because the God our grandmothers told us, as bad as we want to hate white people and be mad at white people for something that we don't know nothing about, our grandmothers told us that God don't have no respect of color, no respect of person. Why are we trying to make it? Why are we trying to make it about color with our God? All life matter. If Black Lives Matter, then black folks need to show the world by their actions, not by their slogans. To have this same tenacity, have this same energy when Jimmy killed Bobby in the hood. March and protest in that neighborhood where that nigga got killed at. Don't go downtown. Don't go to the police station, because ain't nobody getting killed where y'all marching at. Go to where it happened at every shoot. So show us that Black Lives Matter means just as much as to black people when black people kill black people, because it only seems to matter when a white police officer do it. And it's only seemed to matter because more black people have been shot after George Floyd. Where's that same? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
So we're just a group of emotionally responsive people, and we are the only group of emotionally responsive people in America that the media can press a button to make us boom.
Now, you, I know you recently know that Gunna was released from prison.
Yes, ma'am.
We're gonna talk about
I'm
that.
here, Gunna
You
tell.
were glad he went to jail,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
now you happy he out.
I'm happy he got out in the manner in which he came out. I'm glad to see they broke him. I love to see, because I got faith in the system. I got faith in that white man jail. I got faith in that white boy law, that at some point in time, all them niggas go holler Toby and come on back to us and be upstanding, good black man to our communities. When Thugger come home, because I went in 1991 at 14 years old. I came out in 1998 at 21. All of my childhood friends, they was transferred from the juvenile system into the adult prison system. They went on to serve 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 years. Locked up consecutively from ages 12, 13, 14, and 15, 16, 17. And every last one of them niggas is good law-abiding citizens. Boy, they boy, they some of the most pro-social, productive motherfuckers in the world. Now, I ain't saying it took 2-3 decades for that. But goddamn it, I'm saying because I saw them niggas do that, and they was killers. They some of the worst niggas you could have been in the streets. But boy, they what society needs today. And you don't even know they done been through this. They ain't out here trying to let people know. You don't even know they done been through this. And so by me knowing that side of it, and I've never been to prison. I went to the boys' home. I went to college, and I set out to become a lawyer. So I was a pre-law student at Texas Wesleyan University. So as I'm studying law, it's in the law books that one of the whole objectives of the criminal justice system is to take an individual and put them away and keep them incarcerated during what they call their prime crime years. So this is why they give young people so much time, because they're looking at their prime crime years. When they're the youngest, they're the fastest, they're the strongest. So back before we came along with the super predator theory, they would take a kid and keep him locked up till he was 18, 19, 20, 21. Figure he matured past those crime years. Well, as the culture and society begins to change, you got crack, you got gangs, man, they start looking at this shit and saying, man, we need to start giving 12-year-olds life sentences. Most people don't know that up until 2016, the United States of America, Sudan, and North Korea were 3 of the only countries on this whole entire earth that would take a kid 12 years old and say you have life without parole.
Facts.
So I worked to get that law abolished in this country. So just having that knowledge. So when you got guys like Jay-Z saying 40 is the new 30, that confirms what they saying. We need to keep these motherfuckers locked up till he's 40 then. So that's why you starting to see 17-year-olds, man, and that's a long time. But not only is it saving society, I've come to see that God has been using prison as a preservation tool for black life. Because if God leave him out here, he go kill himself. He go kill somebody, or he go do something that's gonna cause him to get a life sentence without parole. So prison has become the best preservation to send one of them little stupid motherfucker down there when he come home and he's 33, 34. At least he don't want to hurt nobody no more. He done learn how to become a man, or So I recommend prison. I recommend prison or the military for black men. For black boys, fresh out of jail, fresh out of high school. What you want to do, boy? I don't know. Send his ass to jail. What you want to do? What you want to go to the military? One of the two. They got to go. You can't let no black boy linger from high school to 18 to 25, 18 to 30, not knowing what the fuck he go do. He go destroy too many lives. He go make a baby with a girl. There go 2 lives right there. He done destroyed.
Thanks.
He's fresh out of high school. He got to go to prison or the military. It ain't no in between until we straighten this shit out. That's the only thing that's gonna undo what we done for the last 40 years.
Brittany Griner.
She shouldn't have never been released. When you do wrong, you gotta pay for your consequences. She was warned before she went. There was warning before destruction. Not only does it hurt our military, it hurts the confidence of what the military believe in when they over there fighting for something. It's also an incentive for well-to-do Americans, or just any American, to be kidnapped and held for ransom in a jail or a prison in a foreign country that don't like us. The flip side of that is that Russia was losing the war. Russia is losing this war with Ukraine, with Ukraine having the help of America, and America giving them weapons that Russia don't have. Nobody expected for Ukraine to be where they are in this fight. So with Russia losing this war, he's been threatening nuclear war, but that's he don't want that. China don't want that. Nobody wants that, right? So this was a trump card. Okay, they got help with weapons. Nobody's really helping us with the weapons that could beat America weapons. We need somebody to help us with weapons. Who more than to get? That motherfucker they got over there. He done provided weapons with, yeah. So this was a military move by a general that I think will cost not just Ukraine, but America in the long run.
Now you have a youth program that you started. I would like for you to, it's called HYPE.
Yes, ma'am.
What does HYPE stand
Yeah,
for?
Dewberry came up with that name.
Yeah?
Hyped about hype youth outreach. HYPE is an acronym for helping young people excel. We created this right when Dewberry and them had came home. So a lot of my homeboys had started coming home from being locked up. And I like to say this clearly, from being locked up from choices and decisions that they made as children.
Mm-hmm.
They carried decades into their adult life. So we come up with the idea that no child is born bad. Man, we were just children acting out of hurt and pain, and so I've been out since 1998. So I got to grow up in my 20s, my 30s. Them niggas came home in their mid 30s. So God gave me a vision to create a youth organization using our stories, to try to stop kids from going down that same path that we had. And it really was more or less for the kids, which that's the focus and that's the intent. But the motive is we're all responsible for taking somebody's life. And we've paid our debt to society, but we forever owe a debt to our victims. So this is so that we can prevent more victims. Because a kid walking around angry, growing up and never having those issues resolved and processed, then those are the people who hurt people, because hurt people hurt people.
Absolutely.
You stop the hurt, we stop the hurt.
And that's all you're trying to do. Just speak the truth and get people to understand.
Yes,
it just comes out the way you want it to come out.
Yes, ma'am. I tried to talk right. When I was going to D.C. working with, I done worked with Barack Obama's Attorney General, Miss Valerie. I've been on private phone call with Barack Obama after the Baltimore and Ferguson riots. I was selected to campaign with President Trump in 3 key battleground states. When I had the bow tie, trying to walk in Malcolm and Martin's shoes, traveling around the country, I spoke at some of the most prestigious college universities in this country. I done worked with over 50 U.S. congressional members. I've partnered with some of the biggest lobbyists, policy makers in this country. That ain't what black people want. Yeah. They want to suck your dick, bitch, fuck your hoe, shoot your bitch.
Yeah, they want the drama and all the extra.
If that messenger don't talk like this, then God will never be able to get the message to the people. So I started working off in the hood, off in Stop 6. I started out in the church. So I went from the church working with the youth to the juvenile facilities, to the alternative schools, to the high schools, college universities. I was teaching classes at the adult parole office on McCart at the central unit, where every Tuesday and Thursday it was mandatory where people had to come to my class after being released from prison. I've done training with the United States Department of Homeland Security, Human Trafficking Division. I used to train the state's juvenile correction officers. Man, you name it. That ain't what black people want. No. They would reject Jesus. They would reject the Prophet Muhammad today. They would reject Malcolm today. They would reject Martin Luther King today. They would reject Marcus Garvey today. They would reject Angela Davis. Yeah, they would reject these people today. So I tried to be all of that until now. And then I saw that motherfucking Netflix movie with Eddie Murphy dropped with Dolomite. I grew up believing that Dolomite was a real person. I ain't know Rudy Ray Moore was a nigga playing like Dolomite. So I'm just saying, I'm what, early 30s, 35 when I see that. So I'm saying, man, what the fuck? I really think Dolomite was a nigga talking how he talked, not knowing. And that's when it hit me. The messenger, he has to be, he got to speak the language of the people.
Facts. In order to get through to them, because that's the only thing it seems like they understand. It's not mine.
So what I realized is we got different factions in the black community. We got the educated Negro, we got the pro-black, we got the Pan-African. So we got all these different kind of people, right? I'm just looking for my kind. Well, how do you recognize your kind? By their actions. Lions and tigers are all the same feline, but they different kinds.
Thanks.
You got all different birds. They're the same bird, but it's different kinds. I'm a bluebird looking for a bluebird. We all birds. I ain't a bluebird trying to fly with the red bird. They kill one another. I ain't trying to be with them kind of black people. These black people cross one another. I ain't trying to be with them black people. So I'm looking for my kind. So I understand you can't send a Negro, a educated Negro, down off in the ghetto to go talk to a bunch of ignorant niggas. You better not send him down there with no message to go talk to them niggas. They go eat him alive.
Back.
You got to send a nigga, an ignorant nigga, to go down there and talk to them ignorant niggas.
That's right.
So what's happening is they sending an educated Negro preacher to come talk to us with his thou shall talk, or they sending the Muslim, or they sending the Hebrew. Man, our people don't want to hear none of that. They want to just know what's real. They don't want your religious book. Man, can you feed me, get me a job, or can you help change these conditions? Other than that, they go play on you. So after reading and studying the Black Panther Party, Huey P. Newton specifically, and his methods, I understood how to deal with our people. Feed, clothe, educate, but start with the babies. If you get the kids and the kids come home and say, "Mama, look at these shoes I got." Well, who gave you them goddamn shoes? You got the mama. You come home, daddy, say, you got the daddy. So, but most people try to go, I learned that's how you, man, even in the hood. Motherfuckers see you coming fucking with the kids in the hood, even the killers go say, homie, he fuck with the kid, let him make it. That's my protection.
Yeah.
Them niggas go get mad at motherfucker, you do something to me. Because the killers say, homie, he really do this. They vouch for that shit.
Yeah.
So that's how you change the community. You start from the bottom. Everybody running to the top asking for funding, squabbling with the politician. Man, go talk to them kids and ask the kid what's wrong around here. And ain't nobody doing that. Ask them what's wrong, what needs to be fixed, what parks ain't right, who is the, ask them, and you'll get all the accurate information about what needs to be fixed in our communities.
Mr. Charleston, I have one more question that I always ask all of my guests before I let you go.
Yes, ma'am.
If you could look a younger Charleston White in the mirror right now, what would you say to him?
Just listen. Our kids are not listening. I wouldn't listen. Man, if I just would have listened. I thought everybody didn't know. I thought it, and I didn't know nothing. But I thought all grown men, they don't know. But man, if I just would have listened, my whole life would have been different.
That's powerful. Listen, I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to sit down and talk with me and to give the world a different insight into
you got
who
me.
you are.
Yeah, she boxed me in and wouldn't even let me come
and
out.
I
She
did
put me
too.
in the headlock too. Boy, she wouldn't even let me go into character. The line of questions, and the questions it can't even draw the character out of me. So
Yeah?
yeah.
I was looking for it, but I'm like, okay, he's staying. You kind of coasting right there, and I appreciate it, though.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, listen, I want to thank you so much again for joining me on In My City. You guys, we have our special guest yet again, Mr. Charleston White, and hopefully this will give you guys a different insight into who he is as a person, and even though he probably don't give a damn either which way.
Well, I do. I just got to play like I don't.
Thank you guys so much for joining me, Tabitha Simmons, on In My City. And this was brought to you by Xtreme Venue. Make sure you guys go and check him out. He's doing a comedy show. Make sure.
I can't forget about Barry White, man. Shit, Barry White got me here, man. He over here tapping on my blind side, talking about don't forget about me. Man, you sure right. This interview was so good, I really forgot about you, nigga. But yeah, man, shout out to Barry White, man. I wonder why they call him Black Lips. The boy lips ain't black, but shout out to him.
Also, shout out to Mr. Lewis Pruitt, who also helped behind the scenes to put this whole thing together. We appreciate you and we thank you so much. And that is going to do it for In My City. Take care until next time.